This is CCS-TV, empowering voices, inspiring futures.
At Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, we believe in supporting our community and helping you achieve your financial goals and strive to make a positive impact for our members and the community. Our mission is to empower individuals with the skills and resources necessary to achieve financial freedom. As our members and the community achieve their goals, we fulfill ours, creating a brighter future together. Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, your partner in financial well-being.
Welcome back on CCS Sportscast. I'm your host, Sebby Gibbs. This week was full of excitement with the conference championships. Super Bowl matchup is revealed. Patriots-Seahawks. I think it's going to be a good one. Here in Jamestown, obviously, a lot of Bills fans, so mixed feelings about Patriots, but I think it's going to be an exciting Super Bowl. But let's talk about these conference championship games. So to start, Patriots-Broncos. This game was 10-7, and Patriots ended up winning. And the Broncos started off really hot. They got the ball, went 3-and-out. They held the Patriots to a 3-and-out, and then they went up and scored. Jarrett Stidham led them by a bomb thrown to Marvin Mims, 52-yarder, and then he threw a touchdown to Cortland Sutton. Started off really hot and then didn't score for the rest of the game. But at the end of the day, defense won this game for the Patriots. They made the Broncos punt 6 times, and the Broncos defense honestly didn't play bad either. They made the Patriots punt 8 times, so 14 total punts in this game. Weather also played a factor with no snow in about middle of the third quarter, and by the end of the game, field covered in snow. So when it came down to the line, Jarrett Stidham throws a pick at the end of the game there. Weather definitely plays a factor. Ball slippery. Field slick. So, yeah. There was a lot of factors to this game that weren't football, honestly. But a big note out of this season, honestly, Patriots last year 4-13. This year 14-3 and Super Bowl appearance. Yet to see if they win or lose, but Vrabel's first year, he's probably going to be Coach of the Year. And Drake May, he's winning MVP, or Stafford is. And that's an insane turnaround for the Patriots. Second-year quarterback in the MVP conversation. That's great for the Patriots. Drake May, 4,400 yards passing this year. He had 35 total touchdowns, 4 rushing, 31 passing. And he only had 10 total turnovers in the regular season. So Patriots definitely have a bright future coming out of that one. Next, let's talk about this Rams-Seahawks game. This one was a lot more entertaining than the Patriots one. 31-27, Seahawks end up winning. And Sam Darnold to Jackson Smith-Njigba connection won them this game. Sam Darnold, 346 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. And Jackson Smith-Njigba, 10 receptions, 153 yards, and a touchdown. So you can tell that for the Seahawks to keep on winning and win the Super Bowl, that Jackson Smith-Njigba and Sam Darnold have to be connecting. That is one of the most key parts of this offense, for sure. But it's very uncharacteristic for the Seahawks to let up 27 points in a big game like this with the best defense in the league. So this one was probably closer than it should have been. I honestly thought the Rams were good enough to beat the Seahawks D, but they are undoubtedly the best defense in the league. It's insane, and that's what they need in the Super Bowl. Defense wins championships, so yeah. Puka Nacua also plays very well. 2 receivers played very well in this one. Puka Nacua, 9 receptions for 165 yards and a touchdown. So you could tell this one was very exciting if you didn't watch. But a very, very key play in this one, 4th and 4, the Rams go for it at Seattle 6, down 4, when they could have kicked it, made it a 1-point game, and then they would only be trailing 1 when they got the ball back late in the 4th quarter. They turn it over with 4 minutes left, 4 minutes 54 seconds, and Seattle goes on with a 4-minute and 29-second drive to give the Rams the ball with 25 seconds left, and they end up losing. And me personally, I think they definitely should have kicked the field goal here. You kick a field goal, you have more momentum going. Seahawks might not have that drive. You kick a field goal. You turn it over at the 6, and they just pound the ball on the ground, run it all over the D, and absorb all of the clock. This is really, I don't think it's a great decision by the coaching staff. I think they definitely should have kicked it. And then with 25 seconds left, you get into the range, and you can kick a game-winning field goal there, rather than going for a touchdown with no timeouts. So this game was packed with excitement. Same with the other game, and the Super Bowl ought to be very good. Two very good defenses face each other with the Seahawks and the Patriots. We will talk about this more on the next podcast, definitely. But that wraps this segment up. Next segment, we're going to be talking about some of Bill's coaching changes, hired Joe Brady. We'll get more into that, but that is it for this segment. We'll see you next time, or next segment on CCS Sportscast.
At Wegmans, we've crafted our new sandwiches with layers and layers of deliciousness. Each one is made fresh with our very best ingredients, like hearty breads made with grains from near our stores, premium cheeses, and freshly carved meats. We've packed big, delicious flavor into every bite for sandwiches that are endlessly good.
Welcome to Lakewood, New York, where community and adventure meet by the water's edge. Stroll our farmers market, sip something special at bag and string wine merchants, and discover local shops that feel like home. From sailing and pickleball to concerts in the park, every season brings a reason to gather. Lakewood isn't just a destination, it's a way of life. Discover it for yourself. Lakewood, where good times live.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards, apparel, and other sports memorabilia. We invite all visitors to stop in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and learn about the sports history of Chautauqua County.
On CHQ in View. So let's get started right off the jump. Bills hired Joe Brady, recent news. And Joe Brady's been in football for a long time, coaching. He was New Orleans Saints offensive assistant for 2 years, a pass game coordinator for LSU, Panthers, offensive coordinator for 2 years, and then he came to the Bills, was a QB coach for a year, and then when Ken Dorsey got fired in 2023, he took over as the intern offensive coordinator and killed it. He went 6-1. Bills were leading the league in scoring for those 7 games, and he killed it. He got hired and to offense coordinator, and then he got hired as the Bills head coach recently. And there was a lot of criticism on Terry Pagula, Brandon Beane for making this decision after could have gotten Clint Kubiak, could have gotten Davis Webb. A lot of people were still on the board that you didn't even get second interviews with. And some, like Clint Kubiak, we would have to wait till after the Super Bowl to interview. And I don't think this is a bad hire, in my opinion. I mean, Joe Brady has some good achievements in the past couple years with the Bills. In 2024, the Bills' offense led the league in points with 612. Josh Allen won an MVP under Joe Brady's belt. And that was Joe Brady's first year as a Bills offense coordinator. First year overseeing the entire offense. Also in 2024, Bills averaged an AFC best 30.9 points per game. So things like that, I think Joe Brady's a great fit for this offense and this team. The offense has been great. The defense has been what has been shaky for the past couple years for the Bills. Also, Joe Brady this year, Bills were 4th in yards per game and 1st in rush yards per game. And another thing with maybe bringing back Dable, people were talking about, the rush game would pretty much go away with Dable. So if you want to see Josh Allen run the ball, James Cook run the ball, and we pretty much do everything, Brady's the guy for this. And I think Brady will do well as the coach, but we will see who they hire as offensive coordinator. Offensive coordinator interviews, well, they haven't actually interviewed anyone for offensive coordinator yet. They've interviewed a couple people that are offensive coaches for head coach, which are definitely not going to be the head coach because Joe Brady's hired. But they interviewed Los Angeles Rams pass game coordinator, Nate Schillis, Broncos QB coach, Davis Webb for head coach. But Davis Webb is probably my favorite and best candidate, in my opinion, for this offense coordinator spot. And the Broncos just fired their offense coordinator. So that's kind of going to be a question. If the Bills get him, Davis Webb and Josh Allen have a very good connection. They played together on the Bills for a year or two. But Davis Webb seems to like the system in Denver and could oversee the entire offense. Would he rather be in Buffalo than Denver? That's the question that's going to be answered. And what job does Davis Webb take? They also interviewed former Bills coach Anthony Lynn for head coach, current Commanders run game coordinator. So I think those are all people I could see coming in as the offensive coordinator. As the Bills have a lot of coaching questions. Another one, Bills defensive coordinator spot might be open, might not. It seems like all signs point to Bobby Babich not seeming to part ways with the Bills this offseason. It looks like it's going to come, and it looks like the Bills are interested in Broncos defensive pass game coordinator Jim Leonard. Joe Brady seems to be in cahoots with him, so that's a good thing. You obviously like the head coaching crew to like the coordinators. Bills had a problem with that a couple years ago, obviously, with Dable and McDermott. And this is serious about Babich. I mean, Schefter even reported about it. So this is very realistic for the Bills, and I don't think it's a great thing. I think their defense is going to switch up a lot, but if this is what Joe Brady thinks it needs or it takes to win in the Bills organization, then so be it. So next, let's move on to some predictions for NFL honors coming up this weekend. Let's start off with MVP. So some candidates are Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Matt Stafford, Drake May, and Christian McCaffrey. So Drake May and Matt Stafford, obviously the top two runners in this race. And I think Matt Stafford just has way better stats this year 46 touchdowns, first in the league. 4,700 4,707 passing yards, first in the NFL this year. Also, the Rams went 12-5, got the 5th seed. They did lose in the AFC Championship, but votes go in right after Week 18. I think Matt Stafford is going to win his first MVP. I think he's very deserving of it. Matt Stafford had a great year, and yeah, I think it's very deserving. Next is Coach of the Year. So the first one is Liam Cohen from Jacksonville. Second, Ben Johnson, Chicago. Mike McDonald, Seattle. Kyle Shanahan from the 49ers. And Mike Vrabel from New England. I think Super Bowl appearance, 4-13 to 14-3. I think that's very deserving of Coach of the Year. I think it's going to be between him and I would say Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson being the Chicago Bears head coach, went from Lions offensive coordinator, and Lions made a deep run in the playoffs, got to the Bears, made a deep run in the playoffs, got to the divisional round, put up a fight, second seed, very good year for Caleb Williams and the Bears. But I do think Mike Vrabel's going to win this one. Super Bowl appearance, your first year, and a huge flip from 4-13 with Gerard Mayo and to 14-3 with Mike Vrabel. I think Vrabel is much more deserving than anyone else on this list. Next is Comeback Player of the Year. The nominees are Stephon Diggs, Aiden Hutchinson, Trevor Lawrence, Christian McCaffrey, and Dak Prescott. I think the guy who was up for MVP is going to win this one, Christian McCaffrey. He's a finalist for 3 awards, Comeback Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, and MVP this year. And he completely turned the 49ers offense around. Last year they kind of struggled when CMC went down. So you will definitely see the difference. I mean, Christian McCaffrey had 2,000 scrimmage yards this year. 49ers leader in rush yards and receiving yards. So Christian McCaffrey is my pick for this one. For Defensive Player of the Year, the nominees are Will Anderson, Nick Bonito, Myles Garrett, Aiden Hutchinson, and Micah Parsons. And I think this one is not even going to be close. Micah Parsons broke the sack record this year. 23 sacks, record that hasn't been touched since T.J. Watt tied it. Michael Strahan and T.J. Watt were the holders until Myles Garrett broke it earlier this year. I think Myles Garrett is very deserving of this award. Moving on to Offensive Player of the Year. The nominees are Drake May, Christian McCaffrey, Puka Nacua, Bijan Robinson, and Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think Jackson Smith and Jigba had a great year, led the league in receiving. Puka Nacua second in receiving. But Drake May, you're an MVP candidate as your second year. You lead the Patriots to win the AFC East. You guys are the second seed in the AFC. And it was basically all May. Patriots do not have a great team other than May. He has a good receiving core. Travion Henderson's great, but their defense looks shaky at times. It's one of the best defenses, I will say, but they do look shaky at times. So I believe May will win this award. Next is the Rookie of the Years. So first we'll start with Offensive Rookie of the Year. First candidate's Jackson Dart, then it's Emeka Egbuka, Travion Henderson, Teteroa McMillan, and Tyler Shock. This one is honestly very close between all of them. Emeka Egbuka had a very good start to his year. Teteroa McMillan, 1,000-yard receiver. Travion Henderson, 3 touchdowns in 3 games this year. Jackson Dart, before he got his concussion and everything, his Cam Scatterby went down. Pretty much the Giants were looking scary. They beat a couple teams, and they did get decimated with injuries. Malik Neighbors went down. Cam Scatterby went down. Jackson Dart was down at times. He got a concussion this year. And then Tyler Shaw, the Saints were in it for the South this year, and the Saints do not have a good team at all. So, this one, I believe, will be Tedderall and McMillan. We will get Defensive Rookie of the Year in the next segment, but we will see you next segment on CCS Sportscast.
Place where you can not only find your next new car, you can customize it exactly how you want it. Build a vehicle from one of your favorite brands. Secure rebates and incentives and expect delivery within 6 to 8 weeks. Get the keys to your ride in-store or in your own driveway and enjoy a year of complimentary Schultz Auto Care. Walk in to view our exciting inventory of vehicles arriving daily, or schedule your digital consultation online today to discover why we say you can't beat a Schultz deal.
At Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, we believe in supporting our community and helping you achieve your financial goals and strive to make a positive impact for our members and the community. Our mission is to empower individuals with the skills and resources necessary to achieve financial freedom. As our members and the community achieve their goals, we fulfill ours, creating a brighter future together. Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, your partner in financial well-being.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards, apparel, and other sports memorabilia. We invite all visitors to stop in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and learn about the sports history of Chautauqua County.
We're back on CCS Sportscast. I'm your host, Sebby Gibbs, and this segment we are joined by CCS President Pat Sperone. But before we get to the questions that he has for me, I will be breaking down Defensive Rookie of the Year, our last honor, and these nominees are Abdul Carter, Nick Emanuari, James Pierce Jr., Carson Schlesinger, Xavier Watts. So I think this isn't going to be close. Carson Schlesinger has played remarkable this year. 156 total tackles, 2.5 sacks, and 2 picks. That's great for a second-round rookie linebacker, especially on this Browns D. Browns D struggled a little bit this year, but they did have very good spots in Myles Garrett and Carson Schlesinger. So now I will be answering the questions from Facebook on you guys.
Yep.
From you guys, yeah.
Yeah, we have a bunch. So just let's start with this one.
Yeah.
With the change of GM with the Sabres, this is the second leadership firing in a month under Pegula's leadership after long periods of inaction from both franchises. What's changed? Why now? Why did he pull it on both of them?
Honestly, so Bills, I think, was definitely up and coming.
Yep.
People have been calling for McDermott's job for years now. I think it wasn't the right time, though. I think if Bills didn't go deep into the playoffs, I'm talking AFC Championship or Super Bowl, I think Bean and McDermott were both gone next year. I think Bean's still gone next year if
I like that.
But I don't understand why now. I mean, Sabres GM, I'm not much of a hockey guy, but
Just so happened, right? Just could be coincidence, that's all.
Yeah.
I will tell you that after today, and obviously this was breaking news, you're one of the only guys I heard that like Joe Brady, which is good. I'm okay with that. I hope you.
So I don't hate him. I don't love him, though.
Right.
He was probably one of my bottom people that would want him to hire.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
I think that he's familiar with the organization. Yep. I think he has a strong relationship with Josh Allen, and I don't think anyone on the team dislikes him. So I think
that's it, right. Like they were both married to the staff, so I think that. So You're okay with Brady. OC, we talked about that a little bit. Who do you think?
I like Davis Webb.
You like Davis Webb? I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, Allen's buddy. How about DC? We talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, they're really interested in the pass game coordinator from Denver.
Sure. What if I could close your eyes and write you a wish for Brian Flores? Would you take that?
All day.
In a second,
You know?
absolutely. What is so first thing Brady does, he comes back, the first team action he's going to have, I guess, would be OTAs.
Yeah.
What's his mentality going in? What's he have to do? What do you think he has to do in team OTAs so he brings them back?
I think obviously he has to build relationships with the players.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of these players were posting on Instagram, on their socials, why fire McDermott?
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Phillips, who might not be coming back to the Bills. I mean, Deion Dawkins.
Yep.
Maxwell Harrison put something out. So lots of players are very upset, saying people on social media got what they wanted, but was it right? And I think he's going to have to build trust with these players.
Yep.
And I think he's just trying to build his leadership and trying to have the players trust him and believe in him and believe in the situation and the system.
Do you think that throughout this whole process, like Dawkins is a franchise player, obviously Allen, you think they were in on the switch and in on the hire? You think they were vetted on this?
Yeah, I think they were. I heard Allen was actually present.
He was in a lot of the interviews. I think most of them, if
interviews.
not all of them, yeah.
I don't know so much about Deion Dawkins. I mean, Allen's your franchise player. for
Sure.
the Bills. Allen is the Bills franchise right now.
Yep.
So if they hire someone Allen just thinks is a bonehead. then-
I think Dawkins is a personality, right?
Yeah.
He's obviously always up for different awards, community service and stuff like that. But I would agree with you. I think that obviously Allen
Yeah.
could have made this call, could have shook his head yes.
Yeah.
Then we'll never know any of those things, but that's okay. So he gets through OTAs. What are his needs or the team's needs on the field? What do you think we need to do?
I think we need wide receiver.
Wide receiver.
To
Draft a wide receiver.
No, I think we should target someone in free agency.
Okay.
Obviously, wide receiver is the biggest need right now. I do not think that we should move on Keon Coleman, though. I think Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, and Josh Palmer are 3 out of the 4 that you need.
Right.
Josh Palmer, who knows if he'll start the year next year. We don't really know the significance of his injury.
Yep.
Suffered it earlier in the year and just didn't come. He was on IR for 4 weeks, came back, re-aggravated it or whatever happened, and so we didn't really see much out of him. But from his time with the Chargers, he was very good there as a wide receiver 3. I think he will do that on the Bills as well. But I think you need the true wide receiver 1.
Sure. It could take him a while to adjust to. I mean, literally move
Yeah.
from one part of the country to the other, as far
Yeah.
away as you could be. So that I'm. By the way, FYI, I have a Coleman jersey, so I hope they don't move on from him.
Same.
That's
I
my
too.
guy. Yo, you do too?
Yeah.
No kidding. That's my guy. Not last one. Target. So if they pick up one in free agency, who do they target in the draft?
So
Or what do they target?
I believe if we pick up one in free agency, the big names are George Pickens, obviously.
Yep.
George Pickens is a huge name. Mike Evans is going to go back with the Buccaneers.
Yep.
So George Pickens is obviously the guy in free agency. And there's been a lot of talks of A.J. Brown maybe being traded.
Yep.
There's even been talks of people like Justin Jefferson getting traded, which I think is a bit unrealistic.
Sure.
But
Need to go get
top
like a
2 guys are George Pickens and A.J. Brown, and they're not cheap. So
Right.
I do not think if we do get a wide receiver in free agency, we're going to be able to re-sign Joey Bosa, maybe Epinesa, but
So we're gonna have
I
to go
think
over somewhere there.
we're going to have to go DN, defensive
Yep.
interior,
Okay.
somewhere on the D-line first round.
I can see that. Last quick question, real quick. If Darnold wins the bowl this year, is he the best quarterback to come out of that draft?
No.
Not in close.
He's not the worst, though.
He's not the
Rosen
worst,
was in
but-
there and he's working at
So Allen's still the best out of the draft.
It's in between him and Lamar.
Yeah. All right.
Lamar has 2 MVPs under his belt, so I'd say Lamar has the edge right now.
Kid knows his stuff. People are. Oops, that's me. Sorry.
All right.
Wrap it up.
We will see you next Wednesday on CCS Sportscast.
Experience the difference buying your next pre-owned ride at Schultz. Certified technicians ensure our inventory gets up-to-date maintenance. Most purchases include a limited lifetime engine warranty and more. That's why we say